Hello, my name is Desiree or avocado_circles and welcome. Today I have a bit more of a silly one for you guys. In the spirit of Halloween, I have decided that I needed to draw my silly boys in silly costumes. If you're here from my last video, you may have noticed that this is, in fact, posted on Tuesday and not Friday like I said it would in my last video. That would be because I have a spookier drawing, a much cooler drawing, planned on actual Halloween that I'm so excited about. It features a couple more villains in our story, along with Casey and Grayson, and a handful of other new people, so be sure to like and subscribe so you guys don't miss out on that. Anyway, I'm gonna actually get into the video here. These particular boys are Ozzy, Slate, and Noah. They are a bit more special, namely Ozzy and Slate, because they're actually shared with my fiance. Who's shocked? They were our first characters, along with Sebastian and Falcon, that were created for our huge universe that they live in. Their personalities are uniquely special compared to our other characters because of the fact that we sat down with the intention of sharing them. So, starting with Ozzy. Cowboy. I don't know. He just felt like a major cowboy to me. Big muscles, seems like he'd care about animals a lot and find a lot of joy in wrangling them. Not to mention the heart of gold here. It feels like he's just cowboy coded. I don't know. Maybe it's because I wanted to draw him in a cowboy costume. Maybe it's because I wanted to draw him in a really tight fitting outfit. Who knows? But I can say he'd put on the silliest accent and be a cowboy to the fullest while in that costume. He's never known a life of fighting. Only cowboying. Now, these three characters are actually part of the main cast of the story, along with Falcon and Sebastian that I kind of mentioned earlier, following them in their time at Firesgate University. Now, this university is the biggest, most expensive, and best fighting school in their whole country. People will apply and wait across multiple terms and semesters just to try and get accepted into this school. There are other fighting schools, and good ones too, but this one has the best instructors that there could possibly be. All students who go here to learn to fight always end up becoming the best, no questions asked. But to even get into the school, you have to already have the correct state of mind going into it. You can't just buy your way into the school. With that context out of the way, Ozzy and Slate are childhood besties. Ever since elementary school, they have trained together to become the best fighters out there. Not only because they want to, but because it's expected of them. Both of them hail from rich families with great influence, so both of them have a lot to live up to. Now, Ozzy, ever since he was a toddler, like itty bitty, all he ever wanted to do was become one of the fighters who take down the monsters at the edge. But as he grew older, his abilities weren't surfacing. And his family thought that he should maybe pursue something else. If his abilities weren't going to ignite into something that would actually be useful in a fight, then there wasn't a reason for him to be a fighter at all in his parents' minds. But Ozzy refused to give up. He fought and trained, and eventually he did make it to Firesgate. No abilities in sight, but his sheer determination and skill got him in. Now, Noah. King! Noah is the whole reason this video even exists. When I was coming up with costumes for Ozzy and Slate, I was kinda drawing blanks, but I knew intrinsically that Noah would dress to be a king. He does this every single year, without fail. He specifically keeps everything lint-free and will actively pretend to be upset if something happens to get on it. He appoints people to be his knights, and obviously comes up with stories as to why he's parading around with a pirate and a cowboy. He says that he's formed allyships with the West and the sea, which is why he needs these people around. He says he needs to stay informed as the king, otherwise what kind of a leader does that make him? He will also find crazy reasons for other friends to be part of his kingdom, even if they're dressed as something that wouldn't make sense in that setting. Oh, you're a fairy? Well, you're actually a fairy from the 4th dimension, and I have come here to strike a deal with you, and for you to leave my townsfolk free of mischief. Ozzy, Slate, and Noah always get up to silly shenanigans no matter where they go, and they're all so grateful for it. They love each other as much as bros can. Ozzy and Slate are also besties with Noah here. Noah has known these boys since middle school. He was placed in the same room as them, as he did attend a boarding school from this point forward to prepare himself for Fires Gate. His goal with attending this exclusive university is to become his own person. His parents have painted a very specific image of who they want him to be, and Noah just wants to break away from that. Meeting Ozzy and Slate has honestly changed his life for the better. They helped him get started with training, boosted his confidence at every turn, and made him feel like the man he always wanted to be. Noah always loves training and fighting with these guys, you know. All three of them spend a lot of time with each other, not only just hanging out and goofing, but also just honing in and improving their skills and their focus and their teamwork, which is like a big reason as to how they got into Fires Gate, especially so young. All of them made it in at 18, so college age, you know. Yet again, I really didn't talk about my process here because I feel like it's a little repetitive. Oh look guys, I sketched, and now I'm lining it, and now I've colored it, is how it feels. If you want to hear about some of my art process, let me know, because I feel like, in my opinion, it's a little bit more interesting to hear about my characters than it is to hear about what I'm doing with my little hands. But I could be wrong, so go crazy in the comments. Let me know what you thought. If you have any questions about my characters, I would die to answer them. Please, even if they're from an old video, feel free to ask. Because I love talking to you guys. I've been getting a lot of like comments recently, and I've been loving just hearing from you, so. Now, Slate, pirate. To be completely honest, I think Slate's lowkey turned out the worst. I remember feeling really stuck as to what to make him, especially because it feels like he sort of just chose something so he could go trick-or-treating and partying with his friends. Ozzy did help him with his costume, like absolutely, and even offered to give him some like makeup and make him like grungy and yucky, but Slate was kind of like, no, I think this is good, and just went with the costume that he already had. He tried to put on a silly accent, but often dropped it because he found it a little embarrassing to be doing that for too long. Slate in particular is always compared to his sibling, Crystal, who has a substantial career within the government. He feels like if he can't get through Fires Gate with flying colors, he will be letting his whole family down. Fighting isn't even what he thought he would be doing, especially considering how much he loves electronics and code, but with Ozzy at his side, he has found the fun and joy in growing stronger and helping others with his strength. You know what, I'm gonna insert a little like scriptless yap here. My channel has started to grow slowly, and that is like perfectly fine. I feel like I am living a dream come true right now. I like actually receiving comments from you guys, and like the several comments of like, whoa, you're so underrated, like, oh my god, I just subscribed, you're so cool. Like you are boosting my confidence in a way that I like, really? Me underrated? Really? And like, I don't know, seeing that people like my stuff just as much as I do, it's bringing me so much joy, and it's so inspiring, and I want to absolutely keep going. If you like my stuff, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, you know, share the video with a friend. It means the entire world and more to me. Anyway, with that personal insert out of the way, that about does it. Thank you for listening to me talk about my characters again. I always have so much fun sharing new info about them and exploring ideas that can further their personalities, and I'm also excited that I got to share a bit of world building with you guys in this video. I don't usually share that side of things, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Also, if you'd like me to draw your characters, have your name featured at the end of my videos, 20% off of my commissions, and a few other benefits that are on screen now, please be sure to check out my Ko-fi in the description. There are other links down there too, but that's low-key boring, so yeah. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.